dimension.
Go ahead and let's limit our account number to one specific account number. Which one is that? What account number?
1015.
No. Which was the actual account
Oh,
number?
50300.
Let's limit our account to just 50300. And let's run it again. Should go much quicker.
Run it.
Yep. Okay. So, do we have one that's 1015 as our plant with our plant column?
You've been a query with N.
Yep, there's 1015,
No,
but
that's 00515, go down.
yeah,
Yeah, it's blank.
1015. Keep
Oh,
going down.
for 1050?
Yeah, 1015.
15,
1015.
that
Yes,
one.
that one. Okay, so it's not pulling anything back because that
But-
has a plant
so-
of,
But there should be the plant
right,
with
that's,
the dimension. The other,
that's.
But that's specifically, we're looking at a transaction that's been downloaded. And is he, I'm looking at the right company?
That is
right
true.
data source?
Are we looking at, I don't know, are we looking at the right data source? If we're looking at two different data sources here, that could be why we're getting two different numbers.
Help with the data source. Is that's not synonymous with company, that's different.
Well, data source is your overall
So
nav.
estimates-
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now we've got, but in nav, I can be in three different companies.
Right.
Old SMI?
No,
So-
I'm looking at strategic materials, that one.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have those. Why are we not getting any value back? I mean, I know the reason is because it doesn't have any records that meets that criteria of, right, 115 plus 1015, hence nothing's coming back. So the departments aren't coming back
the departments are.
correctly. It's only pulling back certain ones.
You know why? Glenn, when they, because it's not combined. What is dimension 2 in the training environment?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
That
if
might be
it's.
the problem.
Balance sheet might have been easier because if we're doing it, then it's just pulling it in on an account level.
Yeah, this is the tricky part right here, is I need to be able to figure out a way to get every combination of those two things, but they need to exist in the same table, essentially. If we go to let's go back to our dimension set entry table. The table from GL entry to dimension set entry within that.
So department code is
For that transaction you're looking at, it should be 115. Are you looking at the
the
1700?
line of business?
Dimension set entry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's 115, yes.
It's $1,700.
Okay.
1788.
Let's pull down our field.
Uh-huh.
I still think that's not gonna give us what we want. So let's pull down our field. I'm just curious what's in there. Dimension codes. I think this is the dilemma I ran into last time. That's why I had their partner create an analysis view that literally had those. I can't figure out why it would be in the GL entry if it's there. So how do I want to do this? I really don't want to do a rows with the rows because that will be slow. So good. Let's do dimension code. Okay. Drop down a filter for dimension code. And what are our values there? I just want to see.
It's plant and
Okay. So that's plant, that's. So what we need are the actual
the
values.
values. That's what I couldn't, start trying to find that, tied back to the GL entry.
Yeah. GL entry. It's doing it. Might be one of those things that I try and figure out during lunch.
The dimension value code?
Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah,
So
so it
change-
said dimension code, dimension value code.
So what we could do is change field to dimension value code. There we go. And change dimension code. We still want, yeah, well, let's do dimension value code just to see what's in there. So this is every single one. So what we could do is filter that down and say, okay, we're in the dimension code is plant, right? And then we'd have to, at this point, until I can figure it out a better way, do a rows with a rows, which gives us every combination of those two values. Just know you're gonna run into, you've got, how many plants do you have?
40.
40. And how many of the departments do you have?
Well, the good thing is
'Cause-
that it's
15.
fairly,
Okay, so you're gonna end up with 640-ish for each
you get every
account, because it does every combination of those two values. So that's the problem that you're gonna run into, this report's gonna be massive. But if that's what you need, I mean, isn't that what you would currently have? I have your account
Well,
with these different plants.
The account within a plant would only have one department.
Right, and we've added departments. There are more departments in NAB than there are in ACMA.
Right. But so like your revenue account would only have one department account.
Gotcha.
So it's not like it would have one GL account with 5. Now, there are some that would be like that. Like when you get down more into the departments, but from the line of business, it would just be 1-to-1, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I might have to link tables together to get that. So this might be something while we're eating lunch, I set myself up and I try and backdoor it. Or you have somebody set up an analysis view, and then we can do that field cache. Say, look at this analysis view, give me every combination of those things for this account. I found that was more effective than trying to, basically it looks like we're gonna have to link from the dimension set entry to the dimension table to the GL account. You know, go link, which can work, but it's gonna be slower because it has to look at all three of those tables. And the way it's set right now, we have to do a rows with the rows. There's no way around it. But if we narrow it down, right, if what's nice about that is even if I've got my one account number, it's 5,000. If there's really only one combination of those things, it's only going to show those one combinations, even though I do a rows with the rows, as long as I'm tying it back to that account. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this real quick. Don't save it, don't, the file's up.
Save it somewhere.
Well, no, I meant just that window, my
Okay.
apologies. Let's just close that window, but yeah, we can certainly save this, because it has the dates. And let's set this specific thing aside for right now with the dimensions until after lunch, and I'll play around, about 2 seconds, so we'll have some time to play around with it. And try and figure out a backdoor way to kind of get what we need out of this. These combinations of things for this account. And if I can avoid rows with rows, I'll do that, but we may not be able to do that.
So can we just see if it works if we just take out one of those dimensions, like only use the plant code or something so that we can at least just see if some
Yeah.
of the values are gonna pull in, just,
Yeah, let's definitely do that. Take out that LOB code.
I mean, do I even have to plant code too?
no.
I think there were more plant codes populated than
The
the,
line of business, yeah.
the plant. So I would leave the plant code back in, and take out the department one. Although, let's see, go back to our key, because did we mess that up altogether? No, it's there, okay. Yeah,
Take
let's
the
just,
department code off of that one though, right?
yeah, we can do that.
Just so we can see if we have some
Yeah.
values that start pulling in.
We'll get an error on our plant name, but that's okay.
That work?
Oh, yeah, I'm saying department, sorry. I was just gonna, you can copy that over.
What's that?
Because this is no longer a key. If you had put it back in the field cache, it'll be fine. It's give me every combination of this one value, it's still a key.
What is going on?
I think that there's no undo.
It isn't on. So yeah, just delete that out, the budget one. Take out the second dimension for the budget. Department one, the G11. Add a comma back in, just delete one. I'm curious if it might be that 15D that's kind of the problem too, but let's go ahead and report. Now we're getting numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll figure out that to get that combination. Apologies.
We ain't getting budget. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
how you been?
You only loaded into Mexico.
Hmm?
You only loaded it in from Mexico. Oh, that's it. That is-
So is this the consolidated?
No, it should, this should
This
not
is
be.
just SMI.
Well, Mexico.
Glenn? Why is
But your
Lucia
account
not
number,
Mexico?
your account number?
Right, it's just one account number. Did you enter in for every account, for every plant, for every department, a budget?
Well, but Mexico's a different company.
But if it's
Yeah,
found
but if
within that table.
location is set up in here under our location folder, but why would there be a value? Oh, sorry.
It's pulling data from Mexico off of non-consolidated.
Yep.
So did they load it in there?
As I say, I mean, there's clearly data. It's saying, look at this account, look at this plant, look at this
So you got
date.
Mexico
They
data.
probably-
in
But I
the-
didn't enter
In the
any
glass plant,
budgets for
in the
Mexico.
glass company, the
But
US glass company.
US.
Nice. It's
I mean, that's, yeah. Is this again, this is just test environment, so
true,
it's not that big a deal. It was just,
But it's clearly not pulling from two separate companies, because Mexico is obviously a separate company.
Okay, so I see this transaction here.
So let's go back into design real quick. Let's try something.
Well, wait,
Let's,
1073 was on,
Oh.
what Brian gave me as US Glass.
no, 1073 is Mexico. I mean, it's US,
See, it's right here.
It is
US.
US dollars for Mexico, but it's still Mexico.
it's in a different time.
So, no, it's
He might have
it's
given
entered
you
in
the
our, it's
consolidated.
entered in our data.
Is ASG
Okay,
there?
so it's in
1039?
nav?
He was supposed to give me
Okay.
US
Well,
Glass.
we're only pulling that one account, so
Okay,
it might not.
then I feel better.
Might not have it either.
So it is in fact Mexico incorrectly coded into the US glass company.
Yeah,
All right.
but didn't we also see,
Better to find it now.
Yep.
didn't we also see Canada
Well,
in there? Some values for Canada?
Yeah.
But this is right now until we get this growing, this is the general concept, right?
Yeah.
You build these dynamic columns. And so now because we specify the start date and the end date, we can then choose a range. And if somebody just wants to run it for 1 month, you start date, end date, it knows what it is.
But is there any validation? There's not any validation, so
Not yet.
You're, what's that?
validation set up with and or, yeah. That should be done.
I wonder if I
You know
could
what
do
I'm
this.
It's either right here or the answer to class. But Glenn said it's not set up yet, so. So it should never go. If it was set up.
That,
But
and I get minus together, that won't work, so I can say. No, I'm still just gonna need one.
So do y'all wanna keep going this way?
But see,
And
ten
then-
seventy-three is set up in the locations, which is why it didn't error out.
Well, that's why I just asked Glenn if there was any validations, and he said there's not yet, so. Cause that needs to be set up across
That's,
global.
we gotta make sure that that plant dimension is not valid with that US.
Exactly.
So like, do you
Yeah,
wanna go
it's just
through
weird.
and do like a lane end or net back or something like that?